Ob schons dass fir de Rennfuer den Training Simulator schon lang dazu geheiert, as et fir Leiit do Bassen lorich richtig bekannt gin, während der COVID-19-Pandemie. Quasi all Rennserie organisiert lo virtuell Kursen, am Joun dofir dem Gil Linster no geguckt, wie hien am Vertex NASCAR Xfinity Series Championat NRWs. Wir weisen nicht an der Redivision dem Gil sein Qualifying, ehe dann Circuit vu Brands Hatch echt gëtt.
So I reckon we're going to see good things from him tonight. Plenty of opportunities around here this evening to get manoeuvres done, make things happen. Gil Linster really pushing that Mustang around, isn't he? And this is going to be the last lap of the session. Listen to it go. Absolutely screaming down the straight. Gil Linster across the line in the number 44. What does he manage? 8th place on the grid. 8th place for Gil Linster. Not a bad... Anyone that hasn't driven Brands Hatch Indy will know it's a... well, won't know. It's a very short and demanding circuit. Very, very short and demanding. Just come through. Has a really high ping. If you don't know what the ping is, it's basically how fast your PC can connect to the internet, send it a signal and get one back. So the guys are off now. On the pace lap is Alex Sedgwick. Very, very loud, isn't it? I am going to turn it down slightly. I do have to make sure that you guys can hear me over them. There we go, we'll turn it down a little bit. So Alex Sedgwick then, pole position again, with Brian Crowell's just behind. Now Brian, last time we saw him race at Brands Hatch in the Euro NASCAR event, the rear end of that car was hanging off by the end of the race. So will we see the same again? We're not sure. Oh, apparently Yuri Ishmael's had a bit of a nightmare. However, they come out the final corner then. Alex Sedgwick is going to lead them away. 63 laps ahead of us here in the Vertex Stock Car Cup. And we are away. Alex puts the hammer down. Apologies for some of the cars blinking in the background. It's side by side between Crowells and Carina into turn 1. Trying to keep it nice and smooth. Let's look a bit further down the order. Anything kicking off down here? Doesn't seem so. Looks like everyone's really behaving themselves at the moment. Sedgwick then leads them from Carina in second. Andrew Wong and Alistair Hopley having a good scrap in the midfield. Bit of contact there side by side as they come down out of Druids. Looks like he's got it together at the moment. There's Ant Walton Eels down the inside. Ant's blinking in and out quite a lot here at the moment. Not sure whether that's going to put off some of the guys around him. Here's Dan Rowbottom in 5th. He's racing for the Luxim 24 Esports with Cataclean. We go on board then as he comes out of the final corner. Doesn't look like any issues for anybody on the first lap, which is good. It's always nice to have, isn't it? Onto the second lap then. Look how fast these things go down the straight. We'll put the dashboard on for you in the bottom right just so you can see how quickly they go. Oh, Dan runs a bit wide as they go up towards Druids. Once we go back onto the straight though, we'll have a look. Connor Mills has got a fantastic livery on. I don't think I had the right spec map on last week for him. The chrome looks wonderful. He's in 4th at the moment. Oh, a bit of a slide there though as he tries it. Oh, Andrew Derrick's had a bit of a nightmare for probably one of my favourite team names, Bumper Munchers. He's really flying down the order. Here you go then, look on board with Sedgwick. Watch the speed now, climb in the bottom right of your screen. The car's really trying to wheel spin all the way up through 3rd gear. Look at the acceleration down there, it's absolutely awesome. Nearly 700 brake horsepower. He's got Ben Carina right on his exhaust here. But Andrew Derrick had a little bit of a nightmare. Neil Ives has apparently gone off track as well. Oh, Neil goes off. Manages not to... Oh, he nearly spins it. There's a bit of contact in front as well. I think that was the number 55. Oh, Dan Rowbottom's come to strife. Dan Rowbottom's had an issue at Druids. What has happened to Dan Rowbottom? Also, Chris Burnham's had an issue. Here's Dan. Oh, he just loops it on the brakes. Doesn't look like he gets collected by anybody, which is nice. Nice and safe for him. Brian Crowles and Connor Mills not leaving anything to the imagination down the straight. Connor down the inside into turn 1. And Connor looks like he's got the job done here. Nice work. Andrew Wong and Alistair Topley having a great battle as well. Mark Murphy's off. Oh, he's trying to get it back round again and get it going. It's easier said than done, but the battle at the front between Cedric and Carina is right on here. Carina had a bit of an issue at Homestead, bit of contact here and there. And now Alex is under pressure here from the young Scotsman. I'll go on board with Ben and just show you the chase. Seems a bit more sedate in here, doesn't it? These guys make it look easy driving these cars around here, but I can tell you it's definitely not. Definitely not. The pops and bangs on the overrun sound great as well, don't they? Now, lap traffic is going to be an issue with these guys in this race. I'm really hoping that we don't see any incidents because of it, but you never know, if I'm honest with you. You never know what some of these guys are like, trust me. Onto the straight again. So hesitant on the throttle at points. You have to really be careful now. They're starting to spread out a little bit. The two closest guys on track here, James Harvey for Student Motorsport with that beautiful livery. Hopefully he gets a better result this week. Following one of his fellow Toyota drivers there in Scott Jeffs for Brax Racing. Scott also had an issue last week with his wheel. He had a bit of a failure, or he's had a bit of a brain failure there as he's gone straight on at turn 1. Down the inside of him now goes Aaron Smith in the bright Bumblebee that we noticed last week. A nice simple livery works well on these cars. Just behind this lot as well, Guillaume Hesno. Not really making much headway at the moment. Or Hesno way, you could say. But he's in 13th position. Ant Warneal's still blinking around a little bit further up the order. He's got a new look on that car tonight, which he was boasting about on Facebook, and rightly so. Works quite well, really, getting a bit of a drift on out of clearways as well. But Ant has quite a large bag of talent, and he really needs to show it off tonight. Here's Lewis Corton just in front of him. Lewis was another one that I really enjoyed watching at Homestead. Number 54, himself and Alistair Topley with great fun. It's very close here between Hesno and Scott Jeffs further down the order. Nearly a bit of contact coming out of Paddock Hill Bend. We've seen some great racing at the moment though. Hopefully you're all enjoying the show. Thank you for joining us again. It's so loud, honestly, but that's the true NASCAR fashion, isn't it? Here's Andrew Derrick for Bumper Munches, making his way back up the order. Hopefully he's not munching too many bumpers at the moment. Just in front of him is Yuri Ishmael for Ishmael Racing. Look at the run down the straight, it mesmerises me every time. Lap 8 out of 63 already. He's got a Reese's Pieces livery on it by the look of it. Love that. Yuri Ishmael from Mauritius in the 00 car. Very bright colour scheme on it. Looks pretty decent, doesn't it? Dan Rowbottom is now in 20th place after his little incident before. And he's going to be wanting to come back up the order. Liam Silkstone has had a bit of an issue here in the XI iRacing car. Oh, it's just gone off. Tries not to loop it at Paddock Hill Bend. Very sideways. Bit of a focusing moment. James Dorlin is racing, and here he is in the JDA Motorsport car. James Dorlin, of course, previous Clio champion. It's very sideways there. Oh, very sideways again. And Lewis Corton's off. He's sideways as well. Liam Silkstone's also off and into the wall. Oh, people are going off all over the place here. It's chaos. Now Lewis has got a great battle behind him here. This is Gil Linster trying to hold off James Harvey and Aaron Smith here, who is side by side. That's the number 4 just in front of him. That's Alex Wheeler trying not to get involved in this fight. They're going down the straight, wobbling all over the place. Guillaume Hesno wants in on this as well. He's going to try and come through the middle, and he does so. Now he's got Linster and James Harvey just in front there. James on the left, Linster on the right. He goes down the inside, does Guillaume. Oh, there's contact with James Harvey. Luckily, neither of them spin, but I don't think James knew he was there then, to be honest. In the background as well, you can see Scott Jeffs and Billy Fletcher going at it. What happened to Aaron there? Oh, very, very close. There's changes for position all the way up and down the order. Guillaume Hesno has now got past Gil Linster as well. So forget what I said about Guillaume earlier not making any headway. He is flying at the moment. Thank you everyone that is watching at the moment. We've got a lot of people on every single one of our channels at the moment. Thank you very much. Mostly on the Simply Race YouTube channel. Hello everybody there. Oh, Yuri Ishmael's had an issue. An Ishmael issue. Oh, this isn't Yuri Ishmael. Why is it not doing that? There we go. Oh, just lights it up and catches the grass and into the wall. Oh, it's a real shame for Yuri Ishmael. Still going though. The battle for the lead just there at the top of his shot, so close. Connor Mills is barely behind this as well. There's actually quite a bit of damage on Cedric's car. Let's have a look at what happened here. The car's got a bit of a scrape and a dent on it already at this point, and he just goes straight through. Okay, so the cars are nice and clean here, so we'll soon see what... Wow, okay. That's what happened. That was George Tolsman, the number 25. Thinking, well, Cedric, I don't want you to win this, but Alex is now back in front after Ben made a mistake. Top 3 very close together here. Connor Mills, again, with one of the best views in the house. And that behind them there was Yuri Ishmael that they've just gone past. Let's stay on board with Connor Mills actually, just see what he thinks of this. 13 laps down, or we're into the 13th lap, sorry. 12 laps down. Look at Carina, so close to the back of Cedric. They're almost stopping at Druids. I mean, I know they're NASCARs and they don't like turning right, but so close. Dorlin and Rowbottom a bit further down the order and not too far apart. Let's have a look at this. So this is on board with Dan Rowbottom. Just in front is James Dorlin. Oh, James has gone straight on. Dan down the inside, takes advantage of it. Just in front there is the number 4 of Alex Wheeler, who is a lap down on Dan. He gets very quickly out of the way and through goes Dan. James Harvey still in this battle with Aaron Smith. Gil Linster just in front of them, sideways on exit. Behind them is Billy Fletcher for LuxSim24 Esports. Good friend of mine, Billy. Good to see him getting involved. There's his picture as well at the bottom. Not all of the drivers do have the pictures, but some of them do, and there's Billy in his high vis. Andrew Wong's having a good race at the moment. The driver from Hong Kong, currently in 5th place with the KFC livery on the side. I am a huge fan of that. Oh, Aaron Smith's had an issue. Oh, I'm not sure whether this came from contact, but I hope not. Let's have a look. If it can play, that'd be great. Oh, there's a tap. Oh, he just lights it up on exit on his own. What a nightmare. And who's that going slowly? That's number 11. That's Martin Mollett for TKG Racing. Martin had a couple of incidents last week and he's going to be hoping not to have the same again. Apparently Antwort Niels entered the pit lane at the end of the last lap. According to the overlay, he got that much of a slide. He just, whoa, look at that. That's going to wake you up in the morning, isn't it? Let's go on board, onto the power. Whoa, the wheel spin just catches him there. Manages to save it though. Good job by Antwort Niels. He's in 8th position at the moment. If we look at the gains on the left-hand side, by the way, Guillaume Hesno here, 15 places gained, same for Billy Fletcher, and James Dorlin has actually gained 18. Well, he has until then. He just has a bit of a moment there. That was the number 25 again, George Tolsman, having a nightmare tonight. Let's see if he was anything to do with Dorlin. I think he might have been, you know, he was. And then Jonathan Wong says, get out of the way, sunshine. El Bandito Racing. Jonathan Wong there saying, no thanks. Helps Tolsma out of his own situation and pushes them off the track. We only have 3 cars, never mind, 2 cars at the moment that are where they started. One of which is Alex Sedgwick, the race leader. It's not fixed. And the second of them is in 6th place, Alistair Hopley, having a bit of a lonely race at the moment. He's got around 2 seconds either way. Just in front though is Andrew Wong, like I said, doing a great job at the moment in 5th position. Guillaume Hesno and Antwort Niels. Oh, look at that drift by Guillaume Hesno, go on. Great slide out the final corner there. Did an awesome job. Callum Cripps in the Simply Race YouTube saying, I miss racing. Me too, mate. Honestly, I commentate that much at the moment. I am really missing the racing side of things. Please do let me know how the stream looks, if it's looking fine. Certainly hope so. Oh, Ben Kreener. No, Ben's had an issue. He's been across the grass. I'll have a look at what happened. Connor Mills, does Connor get involved? Oh, he gives him a bit of a kiss going into clearways. Tell you what, Ben does really well to not have that go all the way around. Brian Crowell's there, just sneaking through without too much contact. I say that, here he is trying to get past the number 7 of Connor Mills now. Oh, contact on the exit. Brian makes it through though. Great effort there, Brian Crowell's. I know he's got a lot of fans in the chat. Oh, Connor and Ben reunited, but Sedgwick has cleared off up the road here. The round 1 winner in the lead and doing a great job. John DiMatteo's had an issue further down the order. Then we're going to have a look at what happened to Aaron Smith just. Team Hot Dog. John DiMatteo. Oh, he stops the car and gets it out of the way. Fingers crossed he doesn't impede too many people. Here's what happened to the Bumblebee. Aaron Smith, oh, slams on the brakes, runs wide on the grass. Simple as that. Dan Rowbottom has just passed Scott Jeffs as well. Is he going to get a cutback here at Paddock Hill? Oh, very nice stuff from Dan Rowbottom. Tasty, tasty. Here's a good scrap. Antwort Niels and Billy Fletcher. Billy taking it to the British Touring Car driver right now. Previous Clio Cup champion as well, Antwort Niels. I know that he's raced in Brisker as well, he likes his oval stuff, but Billy Fletcher making that look a bit easy there. Not sure whether Ant's having some sort of hardware issues with the flickering around, but hopefully not. And Connor Mills blinks first. Connor lap 20, sorry, end of lap 19, comes into the pits then for Mills Motorsport. Let's see how he gets on. Is he the only car that's pitting? John DiMatteo's had another issue as well, by the way. Let's have a look. Into the hairpin. Oh, just loops it. Good avoidance there from car 77. That was Justin Niger for stage 1 racing. He avoids him very well. Connor Mills gets going again, drives around the pace car, floors it out the pit lane, bit of wheel spin, and off he goes. Now he might have a bit of clear track there, it looks like he does, so he can get his foot down and not worry too much. Oh, Warren Niels and Billy Fletcher just coming together. I just saw that they changed places, and Billy gives him a nudge. Gil Linster going through there. Let's have a look what happened. Ant is on the outside, Billy's on the inside. Oh, suddenly, yeah, Ant just reappears, and to be fair, it looked like Billy gave him the room. Into the pits then comes Ben Kreener, just having his tyres changed. Where is Connor Mills? Here he is now. Let's see where Connor comes back out then. There's Neil Ives getting out of the way on the left. Kreener's on the pit exit, he's just coming out now, he's going to be on the right. There he is actually, just ahead into turn 1, so Ben Kreener emerges ahead of Connor Mills. There's a car off there. That was George Tolsma. George is really having a tough evening, isn't he? Oh, actually, that wasn't George Tolsma. That was the number 77 there. That was Justin Niger. Or was it? No, I do apologise. I've got my cars mixed up there, guys. Oh, someone's off. James Dorlin. James Dorlin's off the circuit. He's 19th. Now he's dropped down. Oh, Jonathan Wong is also off. They're going off all over the place here. Oh, and he's put it in the wall as Jonathan. Real shame. But yeah, Ben Creaner, it was Scott Jeffs, I think, that might have gone off before. Another car in the pits is Lewis Corton. And with him in there as well, Jonathan Wong just coming back out in front of them. Who was that that's coming through? Oh, it's Andrew Derrick from Bumper Munchers. My timing screen's playing a few tricks on me at the moment. Neil Ives in a good scrap there. Yves Liddell, another driver we've not seen much on screen tonight at the moment, admittedly, for TGS competition. Gil Linster's teammate. Runs a bit wide there. He's got Dan Rowbottom just behind him now. Hopefully doesn't hold him up too much. Jonathan Rex is also out there tonight. He had quite a mixed showing at Homestead. Oh, big slide there as well. Nice save. Oh, John DiMatteo's had another issue. Does he loop it again? He does. He's having an absolute mare around there at the moment, isn't he? Alex Wheeler's off the circuit as well. There's cars all over the place. It's not as easy on a road circuit, is it, boys? Got a great battle going on there. That is between James Harvey. Oh, just behind this contact, there's a car off as well. That's Yves Liddell, who we were just talking about, and we have a caution. Caution is thrown. Dan Rowbottom just went off the track. See what happened here. It was Ben Creaner was in there. George Tolsman. Oh, Dan, not impressed with his teammate there, with Ben Creaner. Let's see what happened. Oh, we can't look back that far, it seems. Now we can. So Dan's sideways, Ben's next to him. Oh, Dan loses it, has a bit of a tap. Ben goes in and Dan says, nah, out of the way. George Tolsma goes around with him as well. But we have a caution then. Alex Sedgwick in this very damaged car, leading the field round, but we have a moment to calm down, I think, I hope. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves at the moment. Thank you to everyone that is tuning into the streams. Like I said before, we've got a lot of different people watching on many platforms. We're actually across 9 different platforms this evening, or pages as such. We have a combined total of the moment just under 100 viewers. Thank you, everybody. Lap 25 of 63. And we'll see what's going on. We'll have what we'll do, just while we've got a little bit of a moment here, what we'll do is we'll have a quick chat with one of the series organisers, Adam Owen. Adam, bit of a frantic race so far. Is this what you were expecting with coming to Brands?
Oh yeah, I just thought so. With the guys mostly being used to ovals, really, so a bit of a road course to test them out.
Certainly
lots of entertainment so far.
Oh yeah, plenty of action. A couple of incidents here or there. Sedgwick controlling it at the front at the moment. Do you think that he's going to win it again, or do you think that some of these boys are? As I think. Who was that going off? Connor Mills has just gone off, actually. I was just about to say, do you think Connor can stick it to him this week? But he's just put it straight on at Paddock Hill Bend.
Yeah, I think I've got to back the Vertex car of Alex Sedgwick at the moment.
Yeah. Well,
not biased at all, but yeah, bring it home.
Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed he doesn't have too many issues. But I know that some of these guys are really going to be taking the fight to him. Interesting to see a bit of contact between Ben Creaner and Dan Rowbottom. They're the two teammates. Dan really not impressed with him and just shoving him out of the way a bit.
Yeah, Dan didn't seem too impressed at all there. I don't think Ben saw that coming whatsoever.
Probably not, I hope not. Anyway, if he had a rear view camera, he probably would have jumped out of his seat. But to be fair, he did have to slow down a lot because of the car obviously on the outside of him. Alex Sedgwick is going very slowly at the moment. I'm not sure whether he's waiting to let somebody through or something. Really not sure what the issue is, but he's going very slowly at the moment. Anything that you know that I don't?
I can't say that I know any more than you do at the moment, Chaz.
Very, very strange little moment for him. He is in the race control room if you want to go and have a word and see what's going on. Actually, tell you what, we'll drag him in here just so we can see. Alex, noticed you're going very slowly, mate. What's going on?
I sped in the pits, got a penalty, so my own fault.
Ah, right. So have you got to drop to the back now then?
Yes, I believe I'm starting 15th, so should be interesting.
Well, it was going to be interesting to see you climb back up, mate. We'll chuck you back in, but good luck for the rest of it.
Thanks, mate.
And there's your answer there, Adam. So we're just coming around to the restart now, mate. I'm going to chuck you back in the fish pool with those boys as well, and we'll speak to you in a bit.
Wonderful. Cheers, Chaz.
Cheers. And Antwater Eels there was actually involved in the battle at the start, and Wong has now gone to the front of the pack here. Crowles and Antwater Eels both really going at it at the start. And now Connor Mills is poised to go after Andrew Wong, our new race leader for El Bandito Racing. Oh, Brian Crowles has gone off. Not sure whether he got contact, but we've got a couple of cars off as well. Guillaume Hesno's gone off at Paddock Hill Bend. But Brian Crowles, who's been a real joy to watch, has gone straight on there, down into Graham Hill Bend. Oh, he gets a bit of a tap from Ben Kriener, bit of a rub. And another panel on that car is not straight. Connor Mills, in the meantime, has taken the lead from Andrew Wong. Let's have a quick look. Wong has come in the pit lane. Not sure whether he stayed out during that pit stop. Oh, look at that, Connor down the inside. Let's see what happens to Andrew. Yeah, he ducks in the pits, so maybe a poor strategy call, and he's lost this. But Connor Mills now, your race leader, Ben Kriener in second, and Warren Eels up to third. Bit of a poor connection for him at the moment, so we're going to have to just skip away. Topley is in fourth, with Burnham in fifth. That's Neil Ives just behind. Oh, Jonathan Rex has had an issue. Jonathan just looping it out of Druid, slams on. Luckily no one hits him, but yeah, nothing doing for him there. Wong is now on the pit exit. Looks like James Dorlin's off again. He's turning that thing into a rally car as James, showing that he's just as good on the gravel as he is on the tarmac. We're just coming to the halfway point of the race now, though. 30 laps down, 33 to go. Ben Kriener then chasing Connor Mills. He's had a bit of an eventful one so far. Contact with Dan Rowbottom before, and then contact with Brian Crowles just. Can he do anything about Connor Mills and take this win? Connor, of course, a very talented racer as well. There was a car going off in front of them there. I think that was Yves Liddell, it was, in the TGS competition car. Great to see these cars on such a run down those straights. They're not quite straight at Brands Hatch anyway. Great to ride on board and just see the amount of control needed to get this car around a lap. These are actually two of the closest cars on track at the moment. The other one is Andrew Derrick here, just behind Liam Silkstone for 18th and 19th position here. The number 23 chasing the number 194. Oh, Alex Wheeler's off the track at Paddock Hill Bend. He's managed to collect it and get back on. Doesn't sound like he's got a healthy car though. Look at these lot around him. That's Aaron Smith behind, with Jason Glenn in there as well. Alex Wheeler getting out of the way. Oh, so too is Di Matteo. I told you that traffic could be an issue for some of these boys, and it really is. James Dorlin here. Wow, look at that thing. It doesn't go in a straight line. Fantastic to watch. He's got James Harvey, Gil Linster and Guillaume Hesno behind him. Guillaume's got the best view of this. He's gained 11 places since the start. James Dolan's gained 23 places. Billy Fletcher, 19 places gained. So some of these guys are having a fantastic race. Oh, as Gil's gone deep there into Druids, trying to make a move on James Harvey. They're now side by side on the exit, lights up the rears. Guillaume can't do anything about it. Careful on there. Oh, Gil's gone deep. Hits the side of James. Through goes Guillaume Hesno. Fantastic stuff. But James is not going to be chuffed with Gil Linster. And Scott Jeffs wants in on this party now as well. That's for position 2. This is for 12th and 13th. James getting knocked about a bit. He's got a bit of aero damage on the front of the car. Doesn't look too healthy as things stand, does it? And this is the closest battle on track. Scott Jeffs in the Brax racing car. Oh, just in front, that's Ishmael, sideways. In the 0-0 car, Yuri a bit all over the place at the moment. Closest two cars on track now are actually for the race lead. This is Ben Kriener chasing down Connor Mills. Connor in the chrome car on the left. Ben in the black, orange and white camouflage car on your right. They've just gone past Alex Wheeler. Out of Paddock Hill Bend up towards Druids. The car's nosedive on the brakes. See again what Ben can manage. Let's go back on board. We'll go on the front camera actually. You can really get a sense of speed of how quick these things are. Into the final corner, into clearways, you've got to really manage the throttle on the exit. Into turn one. There's a car off on the left hand side, hopefully doesn't have anything to do with these boys. Comes back on Connor, straight through. That was Neil Ives going off the track, I think. Oh, big lock up there from Connor going into Druids. This is the all-important battle, of course, for the race lead. Alistair Topley is in third place now, doing a great job. That's Brian Crowell's just behind him, and Ant Watt-Niels is fifth. Well, Ant is 6.5 seconds down on these guys, and then he's got a 7-second gap to Billy Fletcher, who has gained 20 positions so far. Hands together for Billy Fletcher, no matter what platform you're on. I want to see some clap emojis, please. He's doing an awesome job. This is Scott Jeffs, just behind Gil Linster. Scott in the number 90 car, with Gil Linster just ahead in the number 44. It must be so tempting to just get straight into the throttle and light up the rears in these things. Now we're over halfway. Are we going to see any more cautions? It seems like everyone's behaved themselves a bit here. This is Liam Silkstone and Derek side by side. Andrew Derek, Liam trying to hang it around the outside in the, well, I was going to say the Toyota, but they're both in Toyotas. That's Neil Ives just in front of them. Neil says that he usually does powerboat racing, I believe. We had a quick chat after last week. Yeah, he didn't quite say powerboats, but he races boats apparently. So he said that NASCARs and sim racing was all new to him. Oh, Billy Fletcher, there's the commentator's curse. There was a bit of a delay on that one, wasn't there, Billy? Let's have a look what happened. Does he light it up on his own? He is on his own here. Oh, it goes around and he thinks he can hold it, but quite the opposite happened. Now Brian Crowells is really making moves here. He's on the inside of Alistair Topley. Alistair feeling the pressure here from Brian, the Belgian driver. I know he's got a lot of teammates in the chat and fans waiting and watching. I hope you're all happy with how he's getting on. Jeff Hooper's gone off the track a bit further down the order as well. You can see the top 20 on the left-hand side there. Across the line they go, onto the brakes. Got to be so careful not to just snatch one of the brakes around there and rotate the car. Brian's got a good run down the hill though. Can he do anything? He goes late on the brakes. And up into third position. Topley plays it safe, doesn't try anything too defensive. Concedes the position into fourth. Here's the battle for the lead again as they go through lap traffic. Kriener all over the back of Connor Mills. Ben Kriener was the youngest Euro NASCAR driver that there's ever been. Connor Mills has, well, when you see the list of everything Connor's raced in, it's quite an extensive list to say the least. He became British karting champion after winning the 2012 Minimax Super 1 final. Oh, a bit of contact I think there between Kriener and Mills. They've got three wide in front of them as well, so they're really having to be careful negotiating all of this. Connor's raced in Ginetta Juniors, Formula Ford and Legends as well. Neil Ives, and oh, it had to be Tolsma, didn't it? Not sure what happened between these boys here, but we'll have a look. On board with Neil Ives, there's contact in front. Oh, I don't think Neil knew that the other guys were there. Oh, suddenly he just gets smacked into George Tolsma. And there's the rest of the field coming through as well. That was Andrew Wong, and oh, that's not what we want to see, boys. George Tolsma there with not the subtlest of incidents. James Harvey's had a crash as well, apparently. Oh, he just gets it on the curb and it goes around. Gets a little bit of contact there as well from the car behind. Hopefully not damaged it too much. He lights it up. Back onto the racing line. Here's Scott Jeffs, and we'll go on board with the bright bumblebee that is Aaron Smith down the straight. Look at the speed. Awesome sense of speed as well from this wide-angle camera we've got on the dashboards of these cars. You love to see it. Back on the power a bit earlier is Aaron. Looks down the inside. Scott Jeffs is wise to it though. He's not overdoing the defence, although Aaron's managed to get down the inside here. There's a little bit of a tap. Don't think Scott knew he was quite close enough. Onto the brakes once again through Graham Hill Bend. Onto the power, a bit of a slide from Aaron. Look at them both all over the place. That was the 26 there, just jumping out of the way. That was Chris Burnham. Great racing from these guys, so close. They're driving them like touring cars. Love watching it. Don't forget, this season we have 3 ovals and 2 road circuits for you. Next week, oh, actually, this is going to get very, oh, I thought it was going to get very sketchy between the two of them there. That was incredibly close. Aaron is all over the back of Scott here. He's trying everything he can do to get through. Closest 2 on track at the moment, as you can imagine. But Scott doing a great defensive drive. He's not been fazed by it at the moment. And Brian Crowles, who started second on the grid, still third at the moment. That's the number 58 that he's just gone past there. That is Mark Murphy for Turn 4 Motorsport, a bit further down the order. Oh, Aaron's all over the place. There's a car in the way. That was Di Matteo, I believe, that's just gone in the wall. John Di Matteo having issues. What happened here? Oh, Aaron tries to come through. Gives him the slightest of touches. How Aaron didn't hit him harder than that, I do not know, but not really any fault of his own. Alex Wheeler has also had an issue. Oh, he clips the grass and around it goes. Oh, it doesn't quite get missed there by the 58. Nice recovery though. Turns it around very quickly, doesn't he? Back to the front. Connor Mills still under pressure from Ben Creaner. Lap 43 of 63. 20 laps to go after this one. Hope you're all enjoying yourselves. I'm certainly enjoying being back for another one. We've got 3 more weeks of the season after this. The next road race is in 2 weeks' time, and we are racing at Zolder. So a nice tight and twisty circuit again for these cars, and a very narrow one at that. It's going to be amazing to watch. But this now, the race lead battle. Connor Mills. It just looks like these cars are going to oversteer everywhere. Ben Creaner's got the back end of it hanging out there. Really hanging it out. Really hanging it out. As they go past lap traffic there, that's the number 23 of Andrew Derrick. Looks like Creaner almost got involved with him there. Looked like they had a tiny bit of contact. They were so close together. Very, very close together. Next week we go to Daytona, where we've got 60 laps, 150 miles. We've got Zolder and then Martinsville, the final round of the championship. in 3 weeks. So 2 more ovals and another road race after this. Oh, Gil Linster's gone off apparently. What's happened to Gil into turn 1? Oh, is he just going to go deep into Paddock Hill? Oh no, it snapped on the brakes. And he hits the wall as well. Twice into the wall. Luckily, only soft touches with the tyres. Here's Antwater Niels and Billy Fletcher back together on circuit. Ant is drifting that thing all over the place as well. Watch the back end of it. Oh, Billy gets a really nice run on the throttle there and cracks on with it down the straight. Ant is still sideways, going through 3rd gear. We really do have a lot of Brian Crowell's fans in the house, don't we? We'll give him a bit of airtime for you as we... I'm just going to wait and see whether Antwater Niels and Billy Fletcher actually went off or anything there. They're still side by side and still fighting. Still fighting. Oh, there's a car in the middle of the circuit there. Trying to figure out who that was. I think it was Jeff Hooper of E30 Motorsports. It was. This is still kicking off between these pair. Oh, and Ben Kriener's got the race lead from Connor Mills. Just as I looked at it, they changed around. Oh, Connor gets a little bit of a slide into Druids. And Ben Kriener takes the lead, but Connor's got it back. Connor's taking it back off him. Never ending. Now Ben's made a mistake literally 1 corner later. Through he goes, so Connor Mills now leads the race again. Number 38, 2nd place, that's Ben Kriener. There's Neil Ives in the green car on the right-hand side of your screen. Brian Crowell's just in the background there in 3rd place for Brax Racing. Everybody cheering for him in the chat on the Simply Race YouTube channel. Thank you everybody for getting involved. Hope you're enjoying it. And hope that you see Brian doing very, very well indeed. Seems like he's got this under control. That's Neil Ives on the inside. Oh, Brian just can't get the run. And I think that's Liam Silkstone in there with him. Trying to go with him. Oh, Yuri Ishmael's had another incident further down the order as well. Let's go on board with Brian and show you the speed and the acceleration in the bottom right of your screen. Look at it now, 100 kilometers an hour. Before you know it, you're doing 150. Ready? There's 200. Frightening acceleration from these Xfinity cars. Feels even quicker with a wide-angle camera as well. Just ahead, here's the lead battle, and that is the race leader in front of us. This is Ben Kriener and Connor Mills again. Awesome to watch. Coming up to nearly the 50th lap of the race now as well, so not too long to go. Looks like Topley and Sedgwick. Sorry, it was Dan Robot. Sedgwick that are having a bit of a battle further down. Let's just see how Alex got this done on the British Touring Car Driver. Oh, Dan just runs a bit wide there. He's having a better week than he did last week though, is Dan Robottom for Luxim Esports. With Cataclean, of course. Look at him hanging the back end out around there. Great fun, I bet he's loving it. Hopefully we get to speak to him. Oh, Connor Mills has dropped it and lost the lead. Brian Crowell goes through. Ben Kriener leads this race again. Let's have a look. Oh, Ben taps him. I don't know if Connor left enough room in all honesty, but more contact for Ben Kriener. He's really going to have to invest in some fiberglass. But Ben leads the way then as we go across the line to start lap 51 of 63. But now for the fan club, Brian Crowell is now up into 2nd place for Brax Racing. I'm sure everybody would love to see him get a race win. Look at him, really sideways into there. Into Druids, completely sideways on the brakes. Car behind him on track there is Alex Wheeler, and then just behind him is Connor Mills in 3rd place. This is Scott Jeffs just in the background there. I believe that's Yuri Ishmael Oh no, what's happened there between Yuri and who else was that that's gone in with him? That was the number 79 car, Jeff Hooper. Oh, Yuri's had a nightmare. Let's have a look what happened here then. Oh, well, Jeff messed it up on the brakes and Yuri just went in with him. That's a bit of a shame, isn't it, for Jeff? He's only just come back on the circuit as well. Oh, he's in front of Liam Silkstone there. And then the number 23. That was Andrew Derrick for Bumper Munchers. And we have a caution again. Lap 52 of 63, and we have a yellow flag. Alistair Topley has just been distracted by the bright yellow flags. Whoa, that's a bit of a questionable rejoin there from Alistair. Making sure that he holds his position. See what happened to him. Maybe saw a yellow flag and thought, oh look, bright object, and then just... Oh, he went to slow it down gradually and just didn't. Kiss the wall. Bit of damage. Ben Creaner now leading this race and Brian Crowles. Connor Mills may want revenge for that contact. Despite being spun off as well by his teammate earlier. By Dan Rowbottom having contact with him there. Ben Creaner still somehow leads the race. We've got cries for penalties in the chat. We'll have, on that note, a quick word with our race director, Mike. Good to see you, Mike. What do you reckon of the Creaner and Mills incident, and is anything going to be done, do you reckon, as race director?
He actually came across a little bit too early, unfortunately. So the gap was there, the car was going to line up, should have given space. He just sort of twigged the wheel. He probably was looking in his mirror, just got distracted, just tilted the wheel and went himself around.
Well, there's the word from race control then. So confirm that there will be no other action then. And Ben Creaner will retain his lead. So another lap after this one on the caution, mate. What are you expecting in these last 9 laps then?
Sorry, I do apologise. I'm listening to the chat within game as well. So if you just repeat that for me, Chaz.
Yeah, no worries. Just what you're expecting from these last few laps, really, with quite a late restart in this one.
Yeah, I had to restart just because of the drivers going off at paddock before and hitting the wall. I was just wary of those cars having to return back on track, and as predicted, almost they just missed out, didn't they, of being taken out, thankfully. But yeah, looking forward to the end of the race. Just want to make sure that everyone catches up to the back of the pack, and it should be a good one. But let's wait and see. Hopefully, we finish with 63 laps and not 68. But you never know.
Well, we'll see, mate. We'll see. Thanks very much for all that you're doing at the moment, and we'll chuck you back in with those boys.
All right, cheers for that. Speak to you soon.
That's Mike there from Simply Race, our race director this evening and for the championship. Also helping him out is Adam Owen, and Alex Sedgwick has been chatting away and sorting the championship out with them as well. Don't forget LuxSim24 also helping out. My name is Chaz Draycott, known to a lot of you as Chazlington, and I'm going to be your broadcaster for the entire season. And I am very grateful for the opportunity and really enjoying myself. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves too. This is about to get a lot more lively because Ben Creaner now leads the way from Brian Crowles and Connor Mills with only 8 laps to go. And the safety car pulls in. Ben Creaner waits and waits and waits. And he puts his foot down the back end, steps out a bit. Brian Crowles is going to try and chase him. Alex Sedgwick is still in 4th place, don't forget. And Dan Rowbottom from the British Touring Car Championship is in 5th. Connor Mills has already lost out to Alex Sedgwick, though. Alex goes down the inside. Connor tries to get a cutback, doesn't happen. And now the guys try and sort each other out into Druids. Let's have a look further down the order. Oh, there's contact, there's a car around number 26, and there's a lot of them involved. Neil Ives in there as well. That was a humongous shunt. Involved is Yuri Ismail, John Di Matteo was in that as well. The number 26 was Chris Burnham that was sideways. And we have another caution. Aaron Smith has also had an issue. Oh, he just got clipped by the carbine spawn and smacked into. Wow, humongous impact there, head on from Lewis Corton. Horrible incident there. Let's have a look at what happened then. John Di Matteo will go on to the chopper cam. Oh, there was actually contact between Burnham and Di Matteo, and then the rest of them just piled in. Neil Ives involved in that one as well. We'll have another look. Look at it from Neil Ives. So Burnham goes in turn 1, a bit too hot, hits Di Matteo. Oh, a couple of them pile in as well. That was the number 55 that went in as well. That was Jason Glenn from Tech 55 Motorsport. Went in way too deep and they got caught out. And we have another caution on our hands. Jeff Hooper is off the circuit again. This is during the caution. Oh, he's just gone straight on at turn 1 here. He probably didn't want me to show you all of that. But Cedric now up to 3rd place here, with Brian Crowles ahead, Connor Mills behind, Dan Rowbottom in 5th. Billy Fletcher, what a race Billy's having at the moment. You'll see on the left-hand side of the screen, he's gained 20 places. Awesome drive for the Luxim 24 Esports driver. He said to me he's really enjoying these Xfinity cars, and it certainly shows that he's got the hang of it. I mean, when you got Rowbottom, Mills, Sedgwick and Ben Kriener, all real-life racers as well, right in front of you, then you've got to be pretty happy with yourself if you can stick with them. And Brian Crowles as well, he's a mechanic for Brax Racing in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. And he ran the series, ran a car in the series in 2018 and 2019 as well, the same one that Alex Sedgwick runs. So apologies for missing Brian out of the list originally. Brian is also one of the real-life racing drivers. So Billy Fletcher is actually top of the drivers in the field at the moment that isn't currently a professional racing driver. So he's doing it for sim racing at the moment, is Billy. Here's your race leader, Ben Kriener. I think we may have one more lap of caution here. But please do let us know what you think in the comments. Hope you're enjoying yourselves and having a good time. 3 more weeks of this after this one as well, don't forget. So plenty of time to enjoy the fun even more. Got a couple of people watching on the Chaslington Facebook page as well. Hello to everybody there. 60 people on the Simply Race YouTube channel at the moment. Thank you, everybody. Some on Twitch as well, and the Facebook page for Simply Race. Vertex Esport channels also, and Alex Cedric Racing. Hello, everybody that's watching on Alex's Facebook page. And the Luxim 24 Facebook pages too, and Vertex Sport Management, even on Twitch. So, a lot of outlets tonight. Thank you, everybody that is tuned in on every single one of them. I'm your host, Chaz Draycott, and I hope you are not sick of my voice. We've had a bit of a nightmare further down the order here. Just going to have a quick look. Alex Wheeler, Yves Liddell. Oh, some of them have just stopped, actually, because it seemed to check up on the hill. So we go back to Ben Kriener as the safety car goes in. Or Ben goes and then doesn't, and then goes again. Brian Crowles, I think, got caught out a little bit there. Let's keep our eye on Alex Sedgwick and see what Alex can do. Alex sends it down the inside of Brian into turn 1. Dan Rowbottom goes in a bit deep. Oh, Alex has had to compromise his line through there, and Connor Mills wants in on this. Maybe a tap, bit of a traffic jam there. Dan Rowbottom losing out. Billy Fletcher right behind him. Looks like everyone's doing okay. Oh, Lewis Corton's gone off in the background. He's off at turn 1. He's done that all on his own. Another great battle here. James Harvey, Alistair Topley down the inside. Oh, there's contact. I don't think James knew he was there. James not showing much spatial awareness this evening, but probably through no fault of his own. It's not as easy as it seems. And look at this, 3 wide coming out of clearways. That's Cedric, Crowles and Mills. Wow, I didn't expect to see that when I clicked on it. Ben Kriener's going to take advantage of this and run away. More contact between Cedric and Crowles as well. Oh, he turns over across the front of Dan Rowbottom. Dan's now on the inside thinking, where can I go here, boys? This is just madness. We'll go on board with Dan and see what he can see. Mills and Crowles side by side. Cedric's going to go to the inside. It's kicking off. They've got to break early. There's a bit of a tap there from Cedric and another tap on Crowles. Not a single straight panel on Cedric's car, but what a great few laps we've got here. 2 more laps to go after this one. Down the inside again goes Crowles on Mills. Mills runs wide. Cedric goes to the inside. Incredible racing from these guys near the front. Ben Crean is running away with it at the moment. Cedric sideways, Robottom through around the outside into clearways. He gives Kralls a tap and Kralls is around. Does he save it? He does, just makes contact slightly with Cedric, and Dan Robottom goes through. That's a proper British touring car move, and it's Sunshine. And Ward Eels is going to line some of this up as well. I'm sure he's coming through sideways on the straight. He's got Guillaume Hesno behind him as well. What amazing racing between everybody here. So close. Bits of contact here and there, but nobody completely around. Guillaume Hesno, oh, say that Kralls is around, hits Hesno, they're both in the wall. Hopefully they hold the brakes, they don't. Oh, there's going to be a big shunt here, there's going to be a huge shunt. Oh, there's cars around. Oh, Guillaume should have really held the brakes there. Number 77 involved, that was Justin Naja. He comes back on, and there's another caution out. Oh, Guillaume Hesno, I must say, you have to hold the brakes there, Sunshine. If you slam on the brakes, the car won't move, and Guillaume lets it roll into the middle of the track, and they just pile it in there. That's Andrew Derrick getting involved. Proper shame to see that. But we have another caution, and incredible racing. Absolutely incredible racing. Scary close between everybody, isn't it? Ben Kriener then will lead you away from behind the safety car once more. As we now tick over into overtime. Cloud has gone in as well, quite interestingly. Oh, apparently Alex Wheeler's had an issue. Let's have a look what's happened here. Oh, he just stops the car. Gets it going again. What's happened there? That looks like some sort of hardware issue for Alex Wheeler. So the lights on the safety car still on, so we'll have another lap after this. Unless they go off just now, but I doubt that. Doubt that very much. Dan Robottom has gone down the order and seemingly out of the race. What's happened here for Dan Robottom? Oh, is that a disconnection for Dan Robottom? Excuse me just a moment. Very strange. Doesn't look like he's completely disconnected, but definitely an issue there. That's such a shame. Dan Robottom drops down now. He says he's out of the race as well. What a nightmare. So lights are off on the safety car then. We're going to have 66 laps. Maybe it's going to tick over to 67. But we might have a one-lap sprint here between Ben Carina, Connor Mills, Alex Cedric, Billy Fletcher, and Wharton Eels is into 5th place now. And his connection seems a lot more stable than it was before. He's warming them tyres, but Dan Robottom is definitely sliding down the order, I'm afraid. So, keep an eye on that lap counter in the top left. We may get another one. This may be the last one. But I sure as hell don't want to call out the last lap when it's not. So, Ben Carina gets him going again. Has a decent gap in front of him. And this is lap 66 of 67 then. We'll have a look at these boys. And Wharton Eels on the chase now on Billy Fletcher. Forget what I said about his connection getting better. He's all over the place. Oh, we've got a car off track. Jonathan Wong further down the order. Not going well. Alex Cedric chasing Connor Mills for 2nd place. These guys had a great battle last week at Homestead, Miami, and they even made the thumbnail for the video. As you may have seen, one more lap and Ben Carina leads the way. Connor Mills 2nd, Sedgwick third. Then we have Fletcher, Wharton Eels, Linster has come up into 6th place ahead of Hesno, who's gained 17 places. Then it's Brian Crowles, James Harvey and Scott Jeffs rounding out your top 10. Sideways there from Alex Sedgwick, sideways as well from Wharton Eels. Final lap then, Ben Creaner leads the way in the Chevrolet. I'll show you the car logos on the left hand side just very quickly. So you've got Chevys and Fords, and then the top Toyota at the moment. We're going to have to start our own championship for this. James Harvey in 9th place. Sedgwick is trying everything here on Connor Mills. He goes in deep just to try and get a good run out the corner. Doesn't work for him. Oh, Jonathan Rex has dropped down a few places further down the order. Billy Fletcher's having an awesome race. 22 places gained to be in 4th. But there's only one more corner to go for Ben Creaner. And it's going to be Clearways one more time. Luxem 24 Esports car, and he's been tapped. Connor Mills gives him a touch. He gets away with it. Can Sedgwick go after him? Doesn't look like he can. Ben Creaner is going to win the Brands Hatch 120 presented by Richard George Taylor in fantastic drive for Ben Creaner. Connor Mills is 2nd, Sedgwick is 3rd. Wow, we nearly had a very, very controversial moment there. The guys chuck it around like mad at the end. And the top Toyota in the end is James Harvey for Student Motorsport. A much better week this week than he had at Homestead. Apologies for the volume there, even I surprised myself with that one, but whoa, that could have been a crazy race decider there in the last second. But Ben Creaner wins the race, the 2nd round of the Vertex Stock Car Cup, and he is going to be over the moon with that, especially after such an eventful one for him. There's so many cars out there, don't have a single straight panel on them. Look at these boys. And Wharton Eels showing us how it's done there with Alex Sedgwick drifting these cars around. Beautiful stuff. And misses the pit lane entrance. He's now going to try and donut the thing. Real showman is Ant Wharton Eels. He's probably going to get disqualified if he drives too far around the wrong way. Oh no, he goes into the pit lane in the end. Just in front of Neil Ives there, who slams on the anchors. But what a fantastic, fantastic race that was. Really enjoyed that. And here are your race results then. Your race winner, Ben Creaner, 0.3 of a second ahead of Connor Mills in 2nd with Alex Sedgwick 3rd. Billy Fletcher in 4th position with Ant Wharton Eels in 5th. Gil Linster finishes 6th ahead of Guillaume Hesno for Redface Racing in 7th. Not too red-faced tonight though, good result that. Brian Crowles eventually finishes 8th, but I know a lot of people will have hoped for him to finish a bit higher than that. And then you have James Harvey 9th and Alistair Topley in 10th. Scott Jeffs is 11th with Andrew Wong in 12th. He was leading the race earlier on, I believe, as well. So it's a shame he was a lap down in that. Then we have Jason Glenn, Chris Burnham and Lewis Corton rounding out your top 15 with Liam Silkstone, Jonathan Rex and Andrew Derrick 2 laps down. And we have Justin Niger, Mark Murphy rounding out your top 20. Dan Robottom disconnected near the end and ends up 4 laps down, unfortunately for him. Then we have Yves Liddell with Jonathan Wong in 23rd, Yuri Ismail 24th, Neil Ives in 25th place and Alex Wheeler in 26th. Then it's John DiMatteo in 27th for Team Hot Dog. Aaron Smith ends up in 28th after that incident near the end. Then we have Jeff Hooper, George Tolsma, James Dorlin 36 laps down and Martin Mollett 44 laps down. And Michael Yo there at the bottom, our race director. Another great